see. Assuming. Breathe in. You can tell me if you want it or not. Once it clicks in. Once we hear it go. Come on, little guy. Oh, we're connected. So that's, any sound. so it depends if we want that or not. I don't know if it's helpful. Or,
No.
What do you think?
Try it, I guess.
Yeah.
New toy.
Well, I think we've done it heretically before on this.
Yeah. I remember.
Okay, so it's a paw. Yeah, so this is what we're reading through. So.
Oh, what do you start with?
So we can start with the Troparian, yeah, the Politician.
Groundhog Day.
Yes. So it'd be something like Ananes. Rejoice, thou who art full of grace, O Virgin Theotokos, for from thee hath risen the Son of righteousness, Christ our God, enlightening those in darkness. Rejoice thou also, O righteous Elder, as thou receivest in thine arms the Redeemer of our souls, who also granteth unto us the resurrection. Okay,
Cool.
we'll do it a little faster, because that'll be
Yeah.
had a good clip, but that's probably the one that we want to at least look at and make sure, because we'll do that multiple times.
Yeah.
So
Oh, is that right? Okay.
yeah, and I'm gonna lower
It's
that.
got a different ending.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that this will do, at least in the Russian tradition, when the priest is walking around the table doing the censing at the Latia.
Oh, okay.
Not the Byzantine tradition, but the Russian tradition.
Right.
So, but we're going to sing Byzantine chant to the Russian tradition, so it's all cool.
We are American.
And I'm going to bring it down a little bit. That just felt a little high to me. Rejoice, thou who art full of grace, O Virgin Theotokos, for from thee hath risen the Son of righteousness, Christ our God, enlightening those in darkness. Rejoice thou also, O righteous Elder, as thou receivest in thine arms the Redeemer of our souls, who also granteth unto us the resurrection. Let's do the ending real quick. Who also the finale.
Okay.
Who also granteth unto us the resurrection. The ending. The finale. You know how it goes, the asterisk there?
Instead of the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
book,
So
you
from-
go down to
Alright.
Yeah, so that's just the final time. Who also granteth unto us the resurrection. Alright. Yeah, so the third time through, we just finish it so
Okay.
that everybody knows, including the priest, that we're done. We've had our
We're
all.
done. You're done sensing.
Yeah. So, okay. Vespers. I just go right through. These each one's done twice, so I don't know
Right.
what our exact plan will be.
So
but yeah.
4 for the resurrection, and then these 3 twice. Akira.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Well, it should be 3 for the I have to look at what's going on with the resurrection. Sometimes if it's a Feast of the Master, it trumps the resurrection entirely. I have to look. I actually forgot completely about that. But yeah, it probably is 4 for the resurrection. No. I'll have to look. I have no idea. Off the top of my head. So.
These are all in tone 1?
Yeah, tone 1. And then the glory, I believe, is Plague 2.
The glory what?
The glory is in Plague 2, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ananis, teleios o Simeon, whom dost thou bear in thine arms in the temple with such great joy? To whom dost thou cry and shout, now am I freed, for I have beheld my Savior. This is he that is born of a virgin. This is he, God the Word, who came forth from God, who is incarnate for our sakes, and has saved the race of man. Let us worship him.
Cool.
And then again.
Yeah, and then twice.
Okay.
Any questions on that one?
Mm-mm.
Kind of straightforward. No real difficult rhythms.
Yeah.
Familiar
in a lot of ways.
Yeah, which is the beauty of, I think, of Byzantine music is that eventually, even though it's different music and it all fits the words, you can remember the hymn, but yet it's composed of things that you know. So it's a very odd thing. Whoever did this is pretty smart. Receive us, Simeon.
Receive, O Simeon, him whom Moses foresaw in darkness on Sinai, when he gave the law, who is become a newborn babe, subject to the law. This is he that through the law has spoken. This is he that was proclaimed in the prophets, who is incarnate for our sakes, and has saved the race of man. Let us worship him.
Cool. We'll just look real quick at the subject to the law.
Yeah.
On the previous page. If only the page numbers weren't cut off. So, the previous page, the penultimate line. Everybody get it?
I'm sorry, what?
Subject to the law.
And all that means is it's pretending it's Ka, right? It's
Yeah, that's
diatonic
Ka.
on Ka.
Yep.
I mean, it is diatonic, but now it's diatonic on Ka.
Yep. So that's Ke viga vuga viga vu. Wait.
No.
Ke,
no.
oh, wait,
Ka.
that? Yeah. Ke viga vuga viga vu pa. It's a low V. Yeah, so the ke the ga vu ga the ga vu vu pa, and then we're back to the, and they forgot to change the scale back. My goodness. So yeah, they forgot to change
What do
it.
we have to put there then?
And then on top of that, on top of the with the little squiggly guy on top, I put essentially that. What would you put there? I'd probably put on the next note.
Yeah.
You might be able to just put the same V, the circle with the line pointing up and to the right and down to the left.
Okay.
Or you could put on this, you could put that same symbol on this. I think either one applies. Alright, so who has become a newborn babe?
Who is become a newborn babe, subject to the law.
So that's subject. It feels like if there was no symbol there, it'd be subject. Yep.
Okay.
Kediga vupa. Kediga vuga diga vupa. So, let's do one more time from Who Is Become a Babe.
Who is become a newborn babe, subject to the law. This is he that through the law has spoken.
Cool. Yeah, and the only thing there, the only nuance is because it's showing the oppressiveness of the law. You know, that it's something that's necessary and can be good, but yet still, it's not the spirit. You know. So then they pull that note down.
Okay.
All right. Come let us.
For the law is, what is it, the law is what? That the spirit gives life?
Oh, the law is death. Isn't
Death,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
The spirit gives
Which is
life.
pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty stark.
Yes.
So this is trying to give you a little glimpse of death,
Yes.
pulling it down a little bit to the groove.
Come let us, come let us as well, with songs inspired of God, go together to meet Christ. And let us receive him whose salvation Simeon hath now beheld. This is he whom David proclaimeth. This is he that in the prophets hath spoken, who is incarnate for our sakes, and who speaketh in the law. Let us worship him.
All right. Cool. Spoken. Sounded good.
Oh, good.
Spoken. So.
I no longer panic at the Degorgon.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's just a measly triplet. It's just
Yes.
who does he even think he
Yes.
is? We have gone beyond him.
So we're gonna get Plague 2 tonight anyway.
Yep, yeah, we will. The only thing with songs inspired of God, the second line. With songs inspired of God. Very slight.
Oh, right. The sharp there. Yeah.
Of God. So, it's nuance.
Alright.
But no one's gonna, be upset by that. So, okay. Everybody good on those so far?
Yeah.
Vespers, Laxasticon. So we'll sing the glory both now, not right now, but we will on that evening. Okay, so this one, I wanted to comment on one of them just in cursorily, but it wasn't this one. I'll see if anything sticks out at me. So let's bring it up a half step. Let thy gate of heaven be open today for the beginning. Sorry, my fault. I was paying attention.
Beginningless word. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
So let's go one more time.
Just one word there.
Open today for the beginningless word of the Father, having received a beginning in time, without forsaking his divinity, is of his own will offered by a virgin mother in the temple of the law as a babe 40 days old. The elder receiveth him in his arms, and the servant crieth to the master, let me depart, for mine eyes have seen thy salvation. O thou who art come into the world to save the race of man, Lord, glory be to thee. Yes.
To thee.
Ah,
Yep. Yep, thee to thee.
Mhm.
Okay, so there's a few things in there.
yes.
Yep.
And I apologize that I got confused with Isan and I was like, oh no, the melody's going somewhere. So I'm going to ignore that for the moment. I don't know if it's helpful to see where like the Isan's going to nuance the melody. Maybe it's helpful.
On some level, I'm sure it's helpful for me. I can't articulate it though.
Okay, maybe it's distracting. I don't know.
I don't think so, because I'm only getting lost in certain parts, not
Okay.
overall.
So let's see. Let's just start at the end and work our way backwards. So and I'll remember what it was that we were doing. So Lord, glory be to
Yeah.
thee. Let's just start with that. That was the biggest.
That's one hot mess.
Yeah. Yep. So just don't assume that you're gonna sing the syllable. Just don't assume it. It's not gonna happen. You know, it's gonna happen after you think. So ne na no ne Lord glory be to thee. Cool.
That was better.
One more time.
Yeah, sure.
Any immediate questions?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Lord glory be to thee. Nice.
No, we did that tomorrow. I mean,
Yeah.
Saturday, people would probably go, not too bad.
Yeah.
You sound pretty darn good.
Yeah, and and the ending is a little bit different because we don't hold it at all. It's just there.
Yeah.
And we keep going. All right, I remembered while I was singing that what the other part that I wanted to do. Top of that page, and the servant crieth to the master.
Okay.
And the servant crieth to the master. And the one question here, if you notice, we go up to high vu. Now the question is, how do we sing high vu? Because our scale, at least on those scale charts, only goes up to high pa.
Mm-hmm.
The way it seems to me is that it should be the vu, the flat vu. So cry it to the master. It could be cry it to the master. I'm not really sure which one it is because it doesn't really tell us, and no one's given me a straight answer as to how to do that.
Well, I mean, it sounds better flattened, actually.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, and it kind of
It does.
it's more of a cry. So
Yes.
let's do that one more time. And the servant crieth to the master, let me depart. That's fine. I just wanted to go over it
Yeah.
because we do two more scale changes in there. We're going in different things. So, that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of? Let's move backwards a little bit more. I wanted to do, yeah, okay. Let's do in the temple, fourth line from the bottom on the previous page. In the temple of the law.
Okay.
And then on the elder, we're going to take a little bit of time. We're going to,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I would think that we would do that in actuality.
Okay. Okay.
So, in the temple, in the temple of the law, as a babe 40 days old, the elder actually pull back a little bit.
Okay.
In the temple.
In the temple of the law, as a babe 40 days old, the elder receiveth him in his arms.
Cool. That's good to me.
Okay.
And I think that was pretty much it.
Word of the Father, the third line from the top. I got kerfuffled.
Okay.
And I don't know why, because it looks pretty easy, but something
Okay.
I skewed somewhere.
What was the word that you said? Because I
Word of the
no. Because I've seen kerfluffled, and I was wondering, did you say kerfluffled or did you
I
say?
said kerfluffled.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you said kerruffled, and I was like, is that a new?
No, kerfluffled.
Okay, kerfluffled. Okay.
Kerfluffled. Yes.
Just making sure that I was still with it. That I knew.
Flummoxed.
Yeah, flummoxed.
That also works, yes.
For the beginning, this word of the Father.
Make sense?
Yeah, I see where I went wrong. There's
Okay.
flattage going on.
Yeah.
The kerfluffled.
Yeah, and it's pretty much because on today we get that we're back in hard chromatic, and some people actually they would kind of ignore that. Normally the people that aren't as aware of the scale changes, they just kind of sing it as they think it should be sung, but that's not. Yeah, that's not how it's written. So let's do it one more time just to get it.
For the beginning, this word of the Father.
Cool. Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay. So what's the next thing that I have in your guys' packet? Do I have the entire?
Everything.
Bless you. Bless you. Okay, so I
For the Litty?
I guess I did print the entire thing. Okay, what I'd like to do. Oh, I love the Ancient of Days. So many of these are so good. The convenient part is that these are also sung throughout like the rest of the Vespers the next week. So if we want to on like Wednesday Vespers, we might just sing one of these instead.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
So
Something to look forward to.
yeah, and so a lot of these are wonderful. There's two about the Ancient of Days, and I mean it's all just commenting on Scripture and how everything is fulfilled in Christ. So I'd like to go to the Glory Both Now of the Latia, just so that we make sure that we get those, and then get through the Postica, and then if we have time we'll come back and revisit. But a lot of those are really neat, so I encourage you in your own time to do them. Let's see, one of them, find.
So search the
Search the
scriptures.
Search the Scriptures is a favorite of mine. I don't know why it's a favorite of mine, but I think I sang it one time at one of our OCF, just little things, and Vespers took a lot longer because we were singing things long. And it was just a weekday Vespers, and my friend and I were like, let's do it, we're doing it. We're not just gonna improvise, we're gonna do the music, the long one. So he was Esau and I was Melody, and we had a nice reverb in that church, so it was easy to sing, easy as anything. Okay, so the Glory, Plagal first mode.
What? Glory. Second mode.
Yeah, just keep going.
Second mode. Second mode.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's back to your play goal, level one.
Yeah, just keep going.
Okay.
And this is why we're not gonna sing the Latia.
Fourth mode.
Yep.
Hit
Keep
page after that.
Okay, almost there. I got distracted by the Ancient of Days.
Yeah. Okay, so search the Scriptures as Christ our God said in the Gospels. Aeneas. What's our first note?
Pa.
Yes.
High pa.
Yes. There. Search the Scriptures as Christ our God read in the Gospels. For in them we find him born and swaddled, laid in a manger and fed with milk, receiving circumcision, and held by Simeon, having appeared to the world, not in fancy or illusion, but in very truth. Let us cry to him, O God, who was before the ages. Glory be to thee.
That's an interesting ending.
Yep, and that's because we're gonna keep going. And Plague 1 always ends on the.
The ages.
To thee. Wait, how's that? The glory be to thee. I think I'm doing that too fast, but that seems too slow. I think he's missing a gorgon there. It doesn't make any sense to be thee. That doesn't. So there's a gorgon. I'm pretty sure there's a gorgon missing on the second of those Esons. Yeah. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense. We do get to sing one about the Ancient of Days here. All right. So, any questions on that?
No.
Before the ages.
Hmm?
Let's see.
Just start there, or?
Just do before the ages. We could just do it just for mine.
Okay.
O God, who was before the ages.
O God, who was before the ages, glory be to thee.
Okay.
Does that make sense with the ages?
Yeah, I just know it should go up 3, but I didn't go up 3 for some reason. I kept pressing going up fast.
Oh, on ages, yeah.
Yeah, that's what was throwing me off.
All right. So, play it both now in the Ancient of Days. It's always funny that in the Typicon, at least the one translated by the Antiochians finally, it says, oh, and it'll refer to hymns, and it'll say, in the Greek one, it always refers to the first line. And so in this, it refers to the Ancient of Days. Well, there's multiple hymns that start with the Ancient of Days, and it has ... afterwards. I'm like, really? I have no idea which one it is, and I'm sure the Greek probably starts with a different word order, but no one checked that one. Okay, Eson or no Eson?
Oh.
No, whatever.
Okay.
Let's go for
The Ancient of Days, having become a babe in the flesh, is brought to the temple by a Anything there?
No, I guess not.
Okay. The only thing, maybe just do the ending. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, O Lord.
For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, O Lord.
Cool. Alright. Grave mode. Humorologic, the brief. It's funny because you don't get very much grave mode in this is the only one that gets the only one of the feasts that really gets grave mode. It's the weirdest thing. In particular, is the weirdest thing. So adorn thy bridal chamber, O Zion, and receive Christ the King. Welcome Miriam, the heavenly gate, for she hath proved to be a cherubic throne. She carrieth the King of glory. So this one, ponder. We won't discuss it. Maybe at some point we'll discuss it. Adorn thy bridal chamber, O Zion, and receive Christ the King. And we always get a lot of things about bridal chamber, the bridegroom. At Pascha, everything is bridegroom, 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 bridal chamber. Christ coming out of the bridal chamber as a bridegroom. Ponder. We'll get there eventually. I think Stefan and I, the head chanter in Pittsburgh, have talked about this in depth based upon some people pushing the limits, and it's very, very tremendously interesting how this all fits together and what this all means. So I'll leave it there. So it's very cool stuff though. Adorn that. So this is na na. Adorn thy bridal chamber, O Zion, and receive Christ the King. Welcome Miriam, the heavenly gate, for she hath proved to be a cherubic throne. She carrieth the King of glory. The Virgin is a cloud of light, bearing in the flesh the Son that was before the morning star. Simeon, having taken him in his arms, cried out to the peoples that he is the master of life and death, and the Savior of the world. Cool. And those will probably take it a quicker pace. So
It seems like nothing after that.
Yeah. Oh, we've heard this before.
Yeah. And I'm glad to hear that. That is really.
Yeah, well, it's good to.
Yeah, we'll reverse it.
Yep. Yeah, you've ascended the ranks.
Yes.
So now let us know they serve and depart in peace, O Master. There's a lot of words here. We'll sing it. So. Now lettest thou thy servant depart in peace, O Master, according to thy word. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which thou hast prepared before the face of all peoples. The mother that knew not wedlock carried into the temple him who shone forth from the Father before the ages, and from a virginal womb in these last times, and him who gave the law on Mount Sinai, but was now obedient to the
vowed that he would see Christ the Lord. Simeon, receiving him in his arms, rejoiced, crying, "This is God who is co-eternal with the Father. He is the Redeemer of our souls."
Cool. Easy.
Yeah.
We talked
I mean,
about
really.
Simeon. Yeah,
You
yeah.
are now.
It's straightforward. Yeah, little jumps here and there, and not very much rhythm. We talked about Simeon and his story, right?
I mean, I know.
Well, we
We know his story.
With the whole Gabriel that he didn't with Isaiah, the prophecy of Isaiah.
Oh, no, I guess not.
No.
No. Okay, well there's
Are you
a.
skittering off into heresy, Nick?
I don't think so. There's a tradition of the church. I don't know if it's across the board, but I think there's at least a story. Do you know this one, Steve?
No, I'm not familiar with that one, but I.
Okay, so what the one tradition is that there's a translation of the Septuagint, the translation by the 70
Mhm.
prophets or 72, depending upon who's counting.
Yeah.
So it's 70. Those 72 holy elders came together, and they all were translating things individually, and they came together and they realized that their translations were the same, and thus it was God inspired. But it was before Christ, and it was done by whoever was the king of Israel at the time. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
There was a couple of errors.
Yeah. But what apparently Simeon was one of those translators, like well before Christ, well before Christ, and he was translating the prophecy of Isaiah into Greek, and he wrote Parthene, which is virgin, and a virgin shall conceive and give birth, and he was like, no, that's not right, and he was like, this should be a young girl or something else, and he was like, and a young virgin. He's like, that's not right, and he erased it again, and he kept writing a virgin, and then eventually the archangel Gabriel came and it was like, because of your disbelief, you will not die until you see the fulfillment of your prophecy. So then that's why he's a very old man. He's a priest of the temple, and that's when Christ comes and he says, Lord, let me die.
No, I've never heard that.
In peace.
I've never heard that, yes. I
Yeah.
don't know what I think about that.
I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. But
Well, the prayer is clearly in the scriptures, but
Yeah.
the legend behind it.
Yeah.
The backstory,
The
not so
English-
much, huh?
So
The English say Joseph of Arimathea built the monastery at Glastonbury.
Well,
Yeah.
of course he did.
but Simeon, we're not.
No, Simeon, I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah. So that's one of the traditions is that he was there and he doubted, and so then he was supposed to see, from mine eyes have seen thy salvation. That the salvation through a virgin. Give it or take it. It's kind of neat if it is true, and he'd be really old. So, okay, a light of revelation for the nations.
Na na, a light of revelation for the nations, and the glory of thy people Israel. He that rideth on the chariots of the cherubim, and is hymned in the songs of the seraphim, was born in the arms of the Theotokos Mary, from whom he was incarnate without wedlock. And she gave him the giver of the law, now fulfilling the order of the law, into the hands of the elderly priest, who while holding life has released from life, saying, Master, now let me depart, to declare to Adam that I have seen as a babe the immutable God, who was before the ages and is the Savior of the world.
Let's do a little bit there again, just because it's a little weird. So before we do that, there's a few fun things. Hopefully you notice them. It says that he holds in his arms the life. He holds in his arms life, and asks release from life, saying,
How many thousands of kids he held? Not this one, not this one.
Yeah. So it's funny because whether, like in this case, the second life is not capital, but you could capital the second one too, who while holding life asks release from life, that being Christ, or just being released from life, the earthly life, saying, Master, now let me depart. And then declared to Adam, so he's going to go down to Hades, having seen the Savior, and then declare to Adam, it's okay, you know, your sin, your problem in the garden
man.
is, I've seen
It's
the new...
almost there. It's almost there.
I've seen the new Adam who's fixed your mistake, and we'll be okay. So so he goes down to the realm of death to say, don't worry about it, we'll be okay. So I've seen it. So it's kind of cool. He that no, I went just the end. Let's do who while holding life asked release from life. Do you see what that is? Na na, who while holding life asked release from life, saying, Master, now let me depart, to declare to Adam that I have seen as a babe the immutable God, who was before the ages and is the Savior of the world. And in the realm of Father's sermon on Sunday about humility, the interesting thing also is that Simeon's not asking release from life for his own purposes, and that he's kind of tired and he's kind of like, well, I'm done. At least in the idea of the hymns, it's to declare to Adam, in a sense, in a humble way, saying, I'm not asking release for my own purposes, but so that I can tell Adam and everyone down there of your coming. So again, it's not a selfish request. So all right, and probably on Saturday, I'll probably cut off on the first life, who while holding life, because that way it's who while holding life as release from life, saying, because oftentimes who while holding like there's this inclination to say holding the life, but no, this is holding life itself. So just to cut that off a little bit. Okay. Plagal of fourth mode, the Vespers Loxasticon, Glory but now. Or the Apostica Loxasticon.
This one's endless.
This is a fun one too. So, how long is it? Yeah, this one keep going? Yeah, 3 pages? No, it's more than it's 3 pages. It's 3 full pages.
Yep.
Okay, so. He that rideth on the cherubim.
Look ahead and make sure you don't say Ridith. Call me out like earlier. Ridith.
Okay.
Can't go back.
Oh, and something we sound like a frog. Was it Red Skelton? I don't know if anyone used to watch Red Skelton and the frogs.
Why do you know who he is?
My dad used to. My dad showed it to us, and he was hilarious.
I barely remember who Red Skelton is. Frogs
jumping everywhere. So no, and he was the first comedian I guess that we really watched, like just for comedy. It was the weirdest thing. We still have the video and we still want to watch it.
His mimes were funny.
Yeah. He was tremendous. So
you all remember a lot more about it than I do.
Yeah.
You know, like even that bit much of it.
I'm betraying my youth. Not my age, but my
You're really 55, aren't you?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes, now it comes out.
The beard.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have trimmed my beard the other day, it would have been a little more
Could be any age.
appropriate. And the one thing again on the hymns before, that the writer, the institutor of the law, the one who gave the law, succumbs to his own law, which is always fun. That it's like, okay, none of you can do it, so I'll do it myself. I gave you the law for your own purposes, and he has to submit to it because he became one of us. So it's kind of all these plays. So. Neagie,
He that rideth on the cherubim, and is hymned by the seraphim, hath today been brought into the divine temple, according to the law, and is enthroned in elderly arms, as befitted God. He receiveth gifts from Joseph, even a pair of turtle doves, a figure of the spotless church, and the newly chosen people of the nations, and two young pigeons, since he is the author of the old and new covenants, and Simeon receiving the fulfillment of the oracle given him, bless the Virgin, the Theotokos Mary, for telling the symbols of the passion of him who was born of her, and of him he has released crying, now lettest thou me depart, O Master, as thou didst promise me, for I have seen thee, the light before the ages, and the Lord and Savior of the people that bear the name of Christ.
Ooh, that was a little.
And that one would be at the end, Christ, holding it a little bit
Yeah.
longer before getting into the little bumpies. There's three beats there, and just because of the tradition, I think. Okay, so any immediate questions before I attack a few things?
Oh, just some of these like long phrases with
Yep.
lots of gorgons in them, like the nations, new covenant.
Yeah, New
Covenants.
Covenant, elderly arms.
Ruined in elderly arms.
Given.
Yeah.
Yep. And
They kind of stand on the
Yeah.
page with this long string of
well,
crap.
and if you notice, sometimes it's kind of like it's squeezed in there because he didn't give enough room
Yeah.
to.
Oh,
yeah. Write the words before you write the melody. And it's funny. Sometimes they're there for a purpose, and sometimes they're just there because. And then there was another scale, the Zygos scale, which I think
saw
we
that.
talked about.
Yep, yeah, we did.
So it
We
turned
did?
4.
The yoke.
Yoke,
Yoke.
yes, yes.
Zeus.
Yeah, it pulls it down, gives it a passion. Oh, before we actually get into that, I have a question for you all. And Simeon, receiving the fulfillment of the oracle given him, blessed the Virgin, the Theotokos Mary, for telling the symbols of the passion of him who is born of her. What is that talking about?
We're
He
telling them.
received the word from the Lord, or an angel,
Mm-hmm.
We're telling the symbols of the passion.
the oracle.
Yeah,
So
so,
just that he mentions that a sword will pierce through your heart also.
Yeah, yeah.
Same way that Christ will be pierced.
well,
He will
well,
also.
well, yeah, and the fact that at the cross that she's gonna have to see her son crucified. So and there's an icon of it, if I have it on my computer somewhere that Stefan gave to me from I think it's from Greece, where you have Christ on one side, the humiliation, the first icon for Holy Week, because there's two different icons before Holy Friday. One is the humiliation, and one is the crucifixion.
Mhm.
You're an infierce.
Yeah, and like the bridegroom, and I think the first one, it's with the bridegroom in humiliation, and then you have the Mother of God on the other side, and she's got essentially like a dagger in her back, or like somehow it's like piercing her.
Oh, really?
Because
Oh, I've
this
seen
is the
that.
fulfillment of that prophecy,
Oh, wow.
and it's a diptych.
Well, I've seen that where they've got her on one side and like the dead Christ on the other, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen that particular.
Yeah, and this one specifically where
Huh.
it's the film, it's
That's
the
interesting.
prophecy of Simeon.
Just in case you didn't get it, here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's especially from back in the day when if people couldn't read and if they heard this one time, you're looked at it and you're kind of like, why does she have a dagger? It's the gospel in picture form. So, okay.
Yeah, so we could like get some of these little squiggly phrases.
Cool. Which anyone you want to start with, or
Not just any of them, man.
okay, let's start from the beginning.
I mean, Seraphim was pretty straightforward, but
Yeah, Seraphim.
maybe probably elderly
elder.
arms was the
Elderly
first
arms
yeah.
was the first time that
you stumped.
Neagia and is enthroned in elderly arms.
Okay, one more time.
oh
Elderly arms.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just gotta remember not to stop. Just keep
Yeah.
moving.
Yep.
Because it doesn't
Yeah.
stop.
Does that make sense, Patricia? Or?
yeah, it's just
One more time?
he called it. It's just don't stop.
Yep.
I
And
keep wanting to stop, and I can't.
yeah, and is enthroned. And is enthroned in elderly arms. There's one part in here where I thought there should have been a hold, and I'll see if there should have been in a second. Gifts from Joseph is fine.
I think so. Yeah, we can sing it, but that yeah.
Oh, and you get more exegesis on the scripture. Why there was turtle doves. Why there's what was the other one? Pigeons. So-
Pigeons.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. They have the. It's like if you can't do the other sacrifice, then do this
This
one.
yes.
Yeah. And a figure of the spotless church. Okay. So, where are we going? New Covenant or nations?
The nations.
Yeah.
Nations, yeah.
So second line and the new lead. And the newly chosen people of the nations.
Okay, I think we've actually seen that before.
Hmm?
That
2 young pigeons.
Two.
And 2 young pigeons.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay,
New covenant.
yeah, so
Oh, yeah, look at that.
let's just keep going on, since he is the author. So,
Since he is the author of the Old and New Covenants.
Blech.
Yeah.
so
Needs
covenants.
another fish with us to stop. Okay.
Yep.
One more time.
And I think the hardest part in there is that you have the one rhythm buried in the Eson with that endicanema underneath it, the little T, sideways T. So right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that's what I'm hearing you do. Yeah.
So it's kind of buried in there. So of the old,
Isn't that an omelon? The sideways T?
that is an omelon. It is an omelon. Yes, it is. Yeah, the endicanema is the swoopy guy, right?
Super guy.
Yeah.
Looks like a Hawkeye.
Yeah, omelon.
Right.
Thank you. And for everyone on the internet, that was that was Patricia Balzer.
Yes.
For those you
She
keep
will
scoring
now
home.
she will now fall asleep for the next
Yeah,
2 years.
as
You'll learn
my-
everything from her.
My colleagues at work, it's like whenever you learn something, they're like, you can go home now. You know, so it's like you have proved yourself worthy. You may now exit the door. My services, no.
I still can't flat. I don't understand the intervals.
In time. It's like me. I love to bowl, but I'm terrible. Well, I'm not terrible at it, but like theoretically I'm awesome because I know so much about it because I used to study it all the
Theoretically,
time.
I'm awesome.
I used to watch like the professional bowling on the TV all the time. I don't know why. And then I would practice all these things at home, and I had a bowling ball. I had this glove. I never went to the lanes.
Just-
God forbid I would go to the lanes. I don't know why. I'll have to ask my mom why that never happened. But so theoretically, I am awesome. But if you take me to the lane, I mean, maybe I'll get a strike here and there, but I'm not any better than anyone else. I can coach very well, though, because I know exactly what you're doing wrong. So maybe that's the same thing. Theoretically,
Yes,
you've got it all covered.
Yes.
Okay, since he is the author of the Old and New Covenants.
Neagian, since he is the author of the Old and New Covenants.
Cool. And Simeon, let's see, give it. Let's just keep going, I guess.
And Simeon receiving the fulfillment of the oracle given him.
Cool.
Ugh.
Given him.
Does that make sense?
Maybe one more time.
Given him.
Cool. If everyone's fine with that, I'm fine with going on.
All right.
That sounds fine to me. Let's see. I think we can skip over a little bit. Skip over. Let's just do the Zigor scale.
Oh, okay.
The reason why I kept going was because there were no martiria in the midst of the music, so I didn't know what note we were starting on. So I just figured we'll keep going.
This is all this massive squiggly stuff that I probably missed that class.
Well, where?
Zeagles.
The Zigor scale?
Right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's just that thing, right? Someplace.
Yeah,
Right
the-
there.
The
Okay.
yoke.
yoke.
So
Yoke.
he's the one that pulls down the melody, kind of gives it a heaviness. So if you notice, it's not symbols. It's not of the passion,
Yeah,
which is
so
way
that's
too
like
happy. Yeah, this is of the passion. And then what it would really be is if we went lower, it'd be So vigavu pani pavu. So that's of the passion. So
Back to diatonic.
so let's do foretelling.
Oh, so those things, squiggly things, say back to diatonic.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's
I know it's all squiggly, but
yeah, that's
C.
I don't know if that actually is a C. It looks a lot like it, but I think there's an extra.
Plus on here is like a little plus.
Oh,
And
does that one have it?
That's the symbol.
Oh, but that's for Zo. For this one's for Vu.
Oh, for Vu?
Yeah, that one.
Oh,
then
okay,
you get
well,
the regular.
it's still not
Yeah, is that's not.
but it's not right. It doesn't look. It's all backwards.
Oh,
Ooh.
Look at the
he,
Vu versus his
His-
Vu.
Yeah, but I think when they like write it,
Sure.
it's like.
yeah. I didn't realize for the longest time that I was writing the hard chromatic symbol backwards. I was doing the swoopy guy wrong. I didn't write this, but yeah, maybe he just the way he connected it. I don't know.
What do you
When-
mean? That's the idea. Diatonic.
But he's wrong.
So, foretelling the symbols. Foretelling the symbols of the passion of him who was born of her. Easy enough. Anything else in here? As those promised me, for I have seen thee. Let's do the light before the ages.
Right before the ages.
That's like 5 lines.
Oh, okay.
4 lines. For I have seen thee, the light before the ages. So just and yeah, so there's 4 beats there.
Yeah.
So that's just a little different. And then let's finish out of the people that bear the name of Christ, which is us. Of the people that bear the name of Christ. Yeah. So
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So probably not do Luthia and Byzantine.
At least
You think
either
probably we're just gonna do kind of what we just did now, except for
Yeah.
the
either we're gonna
particular-
cut out part of the Latia,
I
which
can't remember the last time I've been there when he's done one, so I can't remember
Yeah.
what he did.
most of the time it's on all Obicode nights because we never do it on a Saturday because we never really have a big feast on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So we get a big feast. The Byzantines normally just, like I said, do the glory and the both now,
Mhm.
or just the both now, depending upon how much time it takes. I'll ask Father what his opinion is. I mean, I don't see
We
the
can make it
problem.
as long as you want, Father.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if anything, we can always just do the Obicode for the other ones because
Okay.
that'll go pretty quickly.
Yeah. All right.
I mean,
That's all right.
as opposed to